Day 24, post-endfall. I think it's official. We can't stop it. Everyone and everything is going to die. There's nothing we can do to fully stop the death curse, or the expanding entropic field, because of course so we would call the doom of everything thief. So right now our only option is to try to limit it. I've done what I can in terms of sheer containment. I didn't think I'd ever return to those specific fields of magic and arcanum, but needs must, and all that. The really terrifying thing is that the amount of power required just to hold it back at all is starting to drain all my gathered reserves. So even this temporary limitation is, well, temporary. I can't help but think that we made a mistake. We should have just let her live. At the time it seemed like the only option, the only way to really be free, to really save everyone and everything. But now it feels like all we did was accelerate the end. The end. What a fitting name. One of these days I need to put down to paper, or, well, audio log, all the things I know now of that place. What it was, what it became, and ultimately what it means for everything. For so long all I had was old legends, and my own memories. The propaganda I'd been told, lies to make me a dutiful soldier. It took so long to change all that. And then the research began. So slow, so limited. But this isn't the time or place for reminiscing. This is meant to be knowledge for the future, what happened and what we tried, so let's get into it. We've tried to stop the death curse at its source, to no effect. I'm currently working on the theory that containing it, or limiting it, at its borders is the best option right now. The current barrier isn't holding, despite everything I've done, so we're looking for options. We're going into the realm of Twilight soon. I'll be reduced in strength, but Zoe will be stronger, so we should be able to manage. The plan here, and it's mostly Zoe's plan, so credit where credit's due, is to look into the protective aura that should be preventing Enderman and End magic from functioning in the Twilight Realm. It was weakening before, but the core principles should still be sound. And with Zoe's newfound power, figurative and literal, we might have options. The throne has a lot of power, for containment at least, for slowing it down. Because no matter what, there's just no way to stop the very concept of entropy. It's death. It's always part of life, and it cannot ever be stopped. But I'm damn well going to try with everything I have. This is Rythian, signing off.
The recording ends, and the cave is silent.
Rythian signing off? That's your voice. What's going on?
I've never heard you talk in that tone before. You sound different.
No, I've heard him sound like that when he destroyed those Darkstalkers.
I don't...
And you're still saying you remember nothing of this?
No. Not really. But there are things I talk about that seem familiar. Can't pretend that's not me. I need to listen to it again. Rythian activates the log again.
Day 24, post-endfall. I think it's official.
Kirsty takes the
Can't
plate,
stop it.
and the sound stops abruptly.
Wait. I want to hear it again too, but we should take some time to think about this. Time to process it.
We'll listen to it again, but in a comfy room, at home, together, all three of us.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. I promise you I'm not hiding anything.
I know. I'm sorry. It just took me by surprise.
Yeah. Me too.
Come on. Room time.
Soft lantern light illuminates Briony's study. Rythian is sitting at the table with a pen and a stack of papers, scribbling down notes as they listen to the message again. Kirsty is pacing back and forth, every now and then stopping to add her observations. Briony comes up the ladder, carrying a basket full of snacks and drinks.
I've got hot chocolate, tea, coffee, cookies, biscuits, you name it. And I brought blankets if you want to get extra cozy.
Thanks, Briony. You're the best. Kirsty grabs a mug and takes a sip.
This is great. Thanks, Briony. Rythian, do you think you came here to escape this curse? Is that why? Is the curse why you can't remember anything? Death? Death of memories?
Rythian finishes his chocolate chip cookie before he answers. I don't think so. Judging by the message tattooed on my arms, it feels like I was sent here for a specific reason. kind of wish there were more messages on me, and not just in this journal, which I guess is what this is. And those sheets are the pages of the journal, I guess.
From what I could tell, all the other tattoos are runes and markings of some sort. I'd guess protective ones at a glance.
Something so I could survive falling from the sky, I suppose.
So someone sent you here? Unless you sent yourself here.
Yeah. Or maybe it was Zoe.
Is Zoe that girl you've been dreaming about? The one you drew?
Yeah. Not a doubt about it. As soon as I heard the name, my mind immediately connected it to her. Briony sits down opposite Rythian and takes a look at what he's been scribbling.
What have you got so far?
Not much. Mostly writing down stuff that sounds like keywords, names, terms. I've got Entropic Field, Zoe, The End, Enderman, Old Legends and Memories, Let Her Live, Twilight, Throne.
One thing immediately jumps out at me. The Twilight Realm.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
We've already got a portal. I literally made it this morning.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about that. I guess that's somewhere to go. But actually, I'm wondering, the journal stopped humming once we found the page, but this is log 24, so there has to be more pages. Shouldn't it hum some more?
Maybe it's in, reading mode, rather than searching mode?
She shrugs, as does Rythian. Maybe. Can I press something or do something about that, maybe? Rythian starts twisting and turning the black plate, touching it all over. Suddenly, the hum starts again. Aha! Then it stops. Not so aha. The black plate is dimmed entirely, back to what it looked like when it was first found. Did I break it? Or deactivate it?
Maybe it ran out of energy.
It's not the most helpful journal/compass. Maybe it's sleepy.
Briony. After trying for a few frustrating minutes, Rythian places the journal on the table. Well, I'm out of ideas for now. Maybe a good night's rest will help.
I vote we have a sleepover tonight. Otherwise, you're just gonna sit at your desk mumbling to yourself and scribbling stuff all night. You'll get no sleep.
I'm in.
Do you have enough beds for that?
Yeah, I made way too many when I was decorating this place. We just gotta put them all in one room.
Okay. Sure. Why not?
I'll get some more drinks.
And I demand you wrap yourself in a blanket.
As you wish.